I'm not gonna stand here and let this man continue to lie about me. That's not what happened. Academics, you know that that's not what happened.
On the night of December 23rd, 2023, viewers of DJ Academics' stream were horrified when in the middle of the night, they heard screams echoing from the hallway directly behind his infamous streamer cave. The screams were audibly heard in the background of his stream, and it prompted him to leave the stream for several minutes. It's not really clear if he thought the stream was closed or why he left the stream on for thousands to watch, but for 30 long seconds, viewers were given a front row of the potential downfall of Drake's D1 meat jockey in 4K. While the exact moments of what happened in that hallway remains a mystery, fast forward 6 months later, and the fateful night is looking like it might just have opened the floodgates for the wild accusations that are being peddled from damn near every news source. DJ Academics has officially been sued for crazy allegations that initially came out around the same time of that video, and apparently the woman behind the suit has DNA evidence from a police administered kit that links him to a lot, sexual crimes. It looks like AK is trying to do everything possible to clear his name. The only difference between the last time that this went down and right now is that there is a current internet movement of people inspired by Kendrick Lamar exposing Drake who are looking for blood for anyone labeled a freaky ass nigga. Unfortunately for Academics, he spent so much time defending Drake against his allegations that now it's only a matter of time before he gets hit with the full wave of the internet looking at the skeletons in his closet. Man, today we gotta talk about the lawsuit that just might bring down DJ Academics right now. Before we do, I'm gonna need you to do something for me though. Like, comment, subscribe. We're finna run this up. We got a goal of 100K subs by the end of the year. Check out the merch link in the description. Tap into that notification bell so whenever I post, y'all tune in right away. Tap in with notification gang, man. Let's get into this eerie story right now. Chapter 1, the night in question. While many people are just learning the details of the crazy story right now, you have to understand that this is not some out of the blue scenario. This scenario has been haunting Academics for over 2 years now, with grape kits, police raids, internet accusations, surveillance footage, leaked text messages. This incident has so much information just available to the public, it's honestly crazy. The worst thing about it is that when attempting to clear his name, Academics basically gave the information that showed he was there and knew about an incident in question. Regardless if he wins or loses, that in itself, it's a major mistake that's gonna make him look bad, no matter how you look at this. We will get into each person's side of the incident right now in a non-biased way so you can decide truly who's at fault right now. But in order to understand and follow along those aspects, you have to understand that the night that caused all this basically went down over 2 years ago. So almost 2 years ago, DJ Academics and internet personality Fuzaya, aka Zaya Abashi, or as her YouTube handle goes, Miss Zaya, had a close relationship. Apparently they were known to be with each other in an on again off again way for over 2 years. Obviously with DJ Academics there comes a lot of drama, enough drama for a BET sitcom. But for some reason, she decided to stay. Apparently, they linked up in July 16, 2022 to hang out with him. But while she pulled up to see him, she was apparently greeted by 2 other men that were friends at Academics. This is where things start to go downhill. In her lawsuit, she claims that while hanging out with Academics, she was allegedly drugged by his 2 friends, and they continued to feed her alcohol until she couldn't really tell what was going on. The 2 men then allegedly pulled some non-consensual graping on her on the pool deck of Academics' home. She then stated she was awoken at 4 a.m. by Academics, who was quote unquote, this is what she said, pulling her hair, prying her legs open, and doing the same thing. Abashi claimed that she begged Academics to stop, even to the point where she was crying for most of the assault but losing her ability to move physically. While she came out and said this, Academics has given the sense that his side of the story is kind of different. He kind of paints the same picture, but he says that she was doing him dirty by sleeping with his friends. He in fact states she did in fact come over at that time to be with him, but he was busy and drunk and eventually passed out. He said that when he woke up the next morning, he was too lit and couldn't really remember anything that went down, and didn't even realize that his friends had slimed him out by sleeping with her. He states that she was the one that initiated their encounter consensually, and he had no parts of having relations with her in any shape or form.
Yes, but she said, I blacked out, right? Remember I told you, I'm sleeping. I get woken up because my homies is leaving. I go to the guest room, I wake her up, right? That's when I wake her up during the night. So I hit my homies on the side. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I hit my homies, I said, bro, I said, she's like, I said, what happened last night? They ain't never tell me they had sex with her. So now I'm the one who got to kick it off by putting them in the group text. Yo, what happened last night? Because Shorty's acting like she wasn't with y'all doing whatever. They tell me, bro, how is she saying that She even convinced us to give her phone back. This is what my homie said on a different text. She convinced us to give her phone back, that she could call her friend, that her friend could come over to another girl. So that's why I'm telling her. I'm telling her what my homie said. They said you were trying to call and bring your friend to join it. By the way, keep in mind, if I'm not sleeping, why am I keep reiterating what another is saying? I'm like a middleman, right? Look, then
while this incident seems pretty straightforward right now, the direct aftermath and the conversation the next day paints a damning picture for Akademiks that he really put into the forefront for his viewers for no reason. So we got to get into the direct aftermath. The following day, the text messages. The next day after the incident would end up pretty much establishing the lawsuit that we know right now, and basically prove that Akademiks was most definitely at his house in the time in question. While it doesn't provide proof that he was part of the incident, the victim would later get a testing kit that would show his DNA was found inside of her. Following the night that the incident went down, Zaya would confront Akademiks in what seemed like a panic. It would eventually admit to sleeping with his two friends. Akademiks at the time implied that he was hurt by this because he was trying to see her by himself. It was basically implying that he was turned off from even talking to her after this point. He seemed to say that he didn't understand why she seemed like she was in a panic afterwards until he received text from her the following day, which he explains right here.
sleeping, you were okay with doing. Remember I told you, I said, before I got to confront, I said, yo, everything you did last night, you were cool with doing, right? And she was like, yeah, I had fun. And then when I said, yo, you fought my 2 niggas, she was like, what? No, I didn't. Anyway, she said, well, I was sleeping, you were okay with doing it. You said, yeah. So I don't know. Remember, I'm telling her, that's why I asked you when you were here. If everything you did while I was sleeping, you were okay with, and you said, yeah. So I don't know. Then here's what she says. I was passed out for most of it, but I'd wake up now and, okay, let me find the rest of that. Hold on. I'm screenshotting again. I'm gonna crop the name. Didn't even hit. Most of, it's like I'm watching on the camera. From you. Before then, I never met the other guy. So he just from you. I was passed out for most of it. Let me put it over here. All right. Oh, and then also I was in shock. I got most of the information from you. Remember, I'm watching this shit like, yo, bro, it's like I'm watching on the camera. From you. Before then, I never met the other guy. So he just took the opportunity, I guess. All right. I said, that's why I told you I don't judge. So when I was telling her, like, yo, you did this, I said, bro, it's all good, bro. I don't judge, bro. It's all good. Like, I'm used to girls and, like, this, like, whatever, like, these chicks, whatever. It's fine. Like, I'm not mad at you, no type of shit. I said, that's why I told you I don't judge. Trying to make sure you made the choice to do whatever you wanted to do. Right? This is what she says. She says, always with you, but not this time around.
As you can see, she starts off in a panic and basically says she's sorry over and over and over again, and that she knows he can't really see her the same after what she's done. This is not looking completely terrible for DJ Akademiks at this point, because it seems at first she felt that he was really the victim of the situation. But as you see, as the days go on, she starts to change her tune. She says that she felt wrong and violated by the situation. She was hurt really bad, and it was unlike her to have a relationship with two dudes at the same time and not really know what's going on. Akademiks obviously didn't know where this was going and told her to get tested, STD test. And trust, man, tested she did, bro. She says that thinking about it, she was going to get a grape testing kit because there were bits and pieces of her memory where she couldn't really figure out a clear picture of what went down. At this point, Akademiks made sure to have his alibi on point. And honestly, I don't blame him, because if I were in this situation and you didn't do it, you want to establish right away that this is proof that you did not do it. He clearly states in his message, like, "Ayo, I was asleep, remember?" Basically what he says is it seems like a way that he could not incriminate himself. And honestly, that's the best thing to do. But off rip, if I was a lawyer, I would most definitely not be showing messages that could be easily used as evidence at all on the internet, and that's for damn sure. Keep in mind, Akademiks has security footage in his house which captured all this apparently happening, which we'll get into later. But she basically brings up the messages that she was not given the entire video of the situation, and there were still beats and pieces that were missing. Akademiks, on the other hand, basically didn't understand where she was going from when she said she was going to get a grape testing kit, and that basically leads to what happened now. She ended up getting that kit. Akademiks ended up getting questioned by the police. They actually raided his house. Apparently he said they put them on handcuffs. After that, they basically sorted through all the evidence, sorted through all the videos, sorted through everything, and they couldn't establish any proof of anything really happening. I don't know if they saw that it was consensual. I don't really know. He didn't really go into detail, but the police searched his house and did not find anything, which basically leads us to where we are today, the final chapter. Akademiks has been pretty strong in denying anything having to do with this situation, and honestly, I don't blame him. He basically says that this is like a grift, a shakedown. They're trying to extort him. Since that basically happened, Zaya basically came out and had an infamous message a couple months ago saying that DJ Akademiks needs to tell the truth. And he basically has responded on himself and went into detail on every single aspect of what happened and said that it wasn't him on his streams. And ever since this popped up again, it basically has put him in the forefront magnifying glass of the hip hop world. Rolling Stone, like random ass news sources are basically reporting on this. To me, it definitely seems that there's a lot of sketchiness that basically go on in both sides. The fact that like she kind of changed the whole story and stuff a couple days later is definitely sketchy, and you got to give Akademiks the benefit of the doubt. And remember, you're innocent until proven guilty. But at the end of the day, it's definitely a not good look that he was out here defending Drake for all these other allegations, and then he gets hit with these allegations right now. Honestly, that is a very smart move by the lawyer who's representing her to do it right now, because it's just going to be like an onslaught. People are saying that he deleted his IG because of this, but I don't even know if that's true. He probably just got deleted because of dick riding Drake to the fullest. But at the end of the day, it's innocent until proven guilty. And to me, I don't even understand how there could be a lawsuit now when the police have already cleared him of any wrongdoing. But at the same time, she says that his evidence, his DNA evidence, is left behind in the kit. So it's kind of a weird situation. And you got to remember too that lawsuits are not like criminal suits. He doesn't need necessarily have all this type of evidence on him. It's not the same burden of evidence that you need in a lawsuit compared to a criminal suit. So that's definitely not on Akademiks' side. The fact that he was there, the fact that this happened, the fact that somebody had relations with her and that is known and recorded is definitely not a good move for Akademiks. But I feel like the fact that he's not settling out of court and he's gonna fight this to the fullest definitely has me thinking that he either thinks that he has the money that he could sweep this under the rug and not have to pay anything, or he's innocent. I feel like if someone really had something to do with this situation, she even said in her statement that they offered to try to do this under the table so no one would see this publicly, and he said no. So honestly, this is just weird for me. Like, I want to believe victims and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, he didn't want to settle this under the table or anything like that. So it has me thinking, leaning towards the side that he's probably innocent. Now, his friends though, I do not know about them. It sounds like they're probably cooked. But he said that his friends actually were saying that it was consensual. She gave him and her friends their phone and then asked for it back and was totally cool after the incident. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Honestly, I feel like Akademiks is going to walk away from this and actually win, either because he has money, connections, or whatever the case, especially since the police raided his house and didn't find any wrongdoing at the end of the day. So it's like, what other evidence do you really have? Could this be just like a grasp for crowd? Obviously, Akademiks don't really be having the best track record for women or anything like that. But at the end of the day, I really hope it's just not like a reach for crowd, because then that would just be super disrespectful for the actual victims that are really going through stuff like this. But this could also end up being a crazy Me Too situation where Akademiks goes down, and that would be insane. Like, honestly, I don't even know what would happen if Akademiks loses this lawsuit. Are people going to stop listening to him? Are mainstream platforms not going to have him anymore? I mean, he doesn't really have any mainstream platforms. Like, he is his platform, so it's not really like he's going to take as big of a hit as someone that's on cable news or someone that's on like an internet platform or something like that. So that's just how I feel about this situation, man. Let me know in the comments if I missed anything. Let me know in the comments what y'all think about this. Do you think Akademiks is going to beat this case, or do you think he's going to end up losing? Do you think that this is really what's going on? Like, Zaya is actually telling the truth? Or do you feel like this is just like a reach and grasp for clout and money and a shakedown? That would be crazy, man. You got to remember, at the end of the day, these celebrities, like, just because they get caught up in stuff doesn't necessarily mean, like, anyone could sue someone. Like, I could sue someone right now, and the burden of proof to be able to sue someone is not very high. But it's definitely not looking good if that evidence is definitely linked to him and these people actually did that. Obviously, I just wonder why she couldn't. I mean, they tried to pursue criminal charges and obviously that didn't stick, so I guess they're trying to do a lawsuit now, and then she's really just going to get paid if she does lose. But the fact that he didn't settle out of court and didn't keep this quiet and try to just pay them off when he has the money to do it definitely has me thinking that he at least thinks that he's innocent. So that's just what I realized. Let me know at the end of the day though what y'all think. Real say shit. You already know what's going on. Like, comment, subscribe. Yes sir, ski. Peace.